tonight is going to be just slightly different. You, as the viewer, are going to have an opportunity to win a prize somewhere in this video. Make sure to stick around and figure out how you yourself can enter in a chance to win a prize.
I am, of course, Mark with Midwest Astro, and you heard correctly. Tonight, you're going to have an opportunity as a viewer to help me help you. Let's do a gift giveaway. We'll talk about that here in just a moment, but for now, let's talk about tonight's target. We'll get to the gift here in just a moment. So the other week I did a video about my failed project with a 6-panel mosaic of the constellation of Cygnus, and I'm currently working on another mosaic, and I didn't even listen to my own advice. I'm having terrible issues. I've had to submit support help because I can't get it to integrate properly. So I'm trying to work with Astro Pixel Processor. I just haven't gotten a response yet. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm getting a little concerned with that. I'm even going to be able to salvage, I believe it was 3 or 4 nights worth of data. Now, I do have video content for it, but if I don't have an image to show you, what's the point of posting the video? So we'll get back to that, but for tonight, what I did was something just a little bit different than what I usually do. I normally pick a cataloged object, I put my telescope at it, and I shoot. But tonight, I wanted to look at something different within anything, right? I wanted to shoot something that I haven't done before. So I looked at an area of the constellation of Cygnus, and I found an area of interest. I have no idea what this is actually going to yield for me. So what exactly is Cygnus? Cygnus is a prominent constellation in the northern sky. Now, you can see it best in the northern hemisphere, but I believe it can be seen in areas of the southern hemisphere. If you probably get down to like Chile or other very southern countries, maybe even Argentina, you may not actually see it down there. Cygnus was first cataloged by a Greek astronomer, and I believe the name is Ptolemy. I could be wrong with that, but I am gonna just stick with that one. And it was discovered in the 2nd century. Notable objects in the constellation include Cygnus X1, or a famous X-ray source, which I did a video on. You can pick that up with the Tulip Nebula. I'll try to put that link just somewhere up here over my shoulder. It also has yellow dwarf Kepler 22, which hosts the exoplanet Kepler 22b. We also can find the Fireworks Galaxy in this constellation. That's cataloged as NGC 6946. And there are several well-known nebulae in this area, such as the Cocoon Nebula or the Pelican Nebula and the North American Nebula. We also have the Crescent Nebula. Now, I've done videos on pretty much all of those. One of the big areas that I'll probably do next year is going to be the Sadr region, is also in Cygnus, but then you also have the Veil Nebulas, which I also did another video on. So Cygnus has a lot going on. There's a lot happening, and that's why it's so beautiful to image. So tonight the goal is going to be taking hours worth of images with 10-minute long exposures. Each filter will get data for each element that I'm going to use. Then in post-processing, what I'll do is I'll associate my hydrogen data to the green color channel, my oxygen data to the blue color channel, and of course my sulfur is going to go to my red color channel. This is better known as the Hubble Palette, which came from our friends at NASA. Now, for those of you who haven't heard of NASA, they are the small startup company. They are a government agency. They haven't done much. They've just put a man on the moon. They've sent, satellites to other planets, and they even have a couple that are leaving our solar system. So if you haven't heard of them, just know that they are a small startup company, but they are somewhat well known for their abilities to advance technology and, in this particular case, great color palettes that we even use as amateur astrophotographers. Okay, so now before we get to the final image, let's talk about this gift giveaway. So I need help, and likewise, I'm going to help you guys by compensating you should you help me. My goal is to have over 1,000 subscribers by the end of November. That's where you guys come in. I need your help to spread that this channel exists. Share it with friends, share it with family, share it with everybody you know. Blast an email at work. It doesn't matter how we get it, but if I can get over 1,000 subscribers by the end of November, I will then do a drawing, and anything on my store that's under a $50 US value, I will send to you. Now, there are some exceptions. The company I use doesn't ship to every single country. It does do a majority, though, of Europe. It does the United States. It does Canada. It does Australia. Now, certain zip codes could affect that. So, if you were to win and my company doesn't ship it to you, I will try to compensate you in a different way to make up for that with a similar value. So how do you actually enter? Well, first off, I have to have over 1,000 subscribers. The second bit is all I need you to do is shoot me an email. Send it over here to this email address right here in my hand right now. It's going to be midwest.astro1@gmail.com. And just send me your name and what country you're in. And then once I have these 1,000 subscribers by the end of November, I will then put everybody's name who enters into that randomized wheel that will pick a name. And then, of course, I'm going to help try to make sure that you guys get some form of a prize for helping me. So if you've made it this far, thanks so much for sticking around. So let's go ahead and get to this final image. I'm incredibly excited to show you what I get tonight because it's going to be a mystery for me and for now for you. The vastness of space is just incredibly beautiful, so I imagine this is going to turn out perfectly well. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Be sure to hit that like button. So if you want to help me with the contest already out of the gates, go ahead and start sending this to people that you know. Have them follow me, and then again, make sure to send that email right up here. Be sure to send it to this address, and also make sure to hit that like button. Let me know that you've enjoyed this content. Let me know that you've enjoyed the image. I always give a personal shout out to anybody that has subscribed if you let me know that you've subscribed, so be sure to do that. So for now, thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.